everyone. Surely, many of you have seen bloggers on YouTube who tell you how they multiply their deposit thanks to trading. They show completely unbelievable results, and in this very video, I decided to check whether it's really possible to earn 10, 20, 30, or even 50 times more, starting to trade with my deposit and not even with a particularly large amount. At the same time, I won't be testing things the way many other bloggers do. I'll be trading only using my own indicator. I'm going to show you everything in as much detail as possible right now. My indicator is made for the TradingView platform. My indicator incorporates a huge number of different indicators, and in fact, thanks to it, we will be opening all our positions together. Let's see what comes out of it. And I'll be testing everything. On this platform, starting with just $50. You have to agree, that's quite a small amount. I'll give myself the opportunity to try as many as 5 times. I'll be opening all trades with the entire amount. At the same time, I'll be opening positions of $10 each. Let's see if I can reach some truly reasonable amount, for instance. So here's what I have. The indicator on TradingView basically shows volumes. We can also see the lower EMA line here, the middle one, and the upper one. And here, support and resistance levels are drawn automatically. We also have certain moments marked here. The indicator itself shows moments when you need to open positions for a decrease, for an increase, and so on. At the same time, I'd like to point out that overall, we can look at how it performed before. It really works very, very well. Everything I'm showing you is really just an auxiliary tool. Of course, you need to be able to think for yourself. But I share all of these indicators of mine absolutely free in my Telegram channel. So if you're not there yet, be sure to join, message me, and as I said, I can give you access to it absolutely free. Since the time interval is quite long, we need to rely directly on other indicators. And we will look directly at it based on when it reaches certain levels, breaks through, so to speak. We will also turn our attention to impulses. There was a sharp impulse, they put it in the other direction. So here I have euro-dollar open. Let's open it here too. Euro-dollar. With a yield, by the way, of 86%, a very good return. Opening the first position for a decrease. The first position was opened for a decrease, as I already said, after any successful trade. I will place the entire amount of the trade so that we can try it out. To reach a really large amount, I'm actually more than sure that based on the indicator, you can definitely try to do this because it works quite well. It shows everything, and plus, right now we're in a volatile market. So we see that the volumes here are very, very significant, which means this is exactly the kind of time when it's great to trade. Here it dropped in. Let's wait. So I'll have 1860 guys, and I'll immediately open $18, meaning the whole amount for an upward move. Why am I opening for an upward move right now? First of all, it's almost at the next support level. Plus, we've just had a pretty sharp impulse here. As for that trade, yes, I'm in profit. With this trade, you see it bounced back very sharply for now. If this one doesn't work out, I'll go back to $10. Let's see how it all turns out for us. If we suddenly lose all this money, I'll definitely show you everything. I always honestly show all my trades, unlike many other traders who only show how everything always works out for them right away. I record everything in real time, I don't hide anything from you. So I hope you appreciate that. If you do, support me with your reactions. It would honestly mean a lot to me. So 10-9, well, it's clear we have a loss on this trade. Let's keep going, let's keep watching. Obviously, unlike me, I'm opening a position for an increase here. Just to clarify, you actually have a bit more luck or perhaps a bit more flexibility, because if, for example, you start trading at a different time, using the same indicator, you can basically wait out all this time, patiently observing the market. I mean, I can't, for example, just sit here all day and wait for a signal to open a position, no matter how much I might want to because of my own constraints. But you can do that, right? You have the ability to wait, to be patient, and to take advantage of those opportunities as they arise. Yes, so you get access, just leave it running in the background, check from time to time, and when you see a signal to open a position, you immediately go ahead and open it. Now it has successfully reached the next level in its progression, and here, at this very moment, it is already steadily moving toward that specific area. Yes, this is the area where we have minimal, very low volatility. Let's see, if it gets here, we'll probably see a definite drop at this point. Well, for now, I don't see it. Well, this position is a loss. Since we had another sharp rebound, I'm opening an upward position here again. I'm opening an upward position here again, and we're watching together. And I want to point out that The charts are absolutely identical both on the platform where I trade and on TradingView. So when someone says that something is different or whatever, guys, everyone has the same quote provider. Everything is the same for everyone. So it's important to understand this, and there's absolutely no need to worry about it here. We can open 1 minute candles and basically everything will look exactly the same as it does for us. And everything is drawn here. Let's wait just 20 seconds. All right, I'll get ready in advance. 18 bucks. $18. I'm actually curious if we'll really be able to reach it. You see, the only not so great thing here is that we're starting to see consolidation. 2.1. Could it really be a refund? A $10 refund? Guys, please allow me to break the rule here. I'll place 18 bucks. I'm placing $18 on an increase. So right now, it's near this lower boundary, near the support level. Here, of course, I'm only betting higher and higher. Let's wait and see. I think the results should be amazing overall. Yeah, since basically all day today, the chart has just been going up. Obviously, we had a correction here. It reached the weekly high at the very top level. And from here, we should have, well, we've already had a bounce. Now we should see a correction here. Still, it's going up. Let's keep watching, of course. Since we're opening all our positions in a very short-term perspective, I recommend setting the candles to 15 seconds. It'll actually be much more convenient for you to watch that way. Right now we have 1 minute candles set here. But is it really going to be a loss or another return? 21, another return, guys? What's with all these returns? All right, is that okay with everyone? I'm going to take a bit of a risk here. I'm breaking my own rules just a little, of course, but honestly, what else can you do? 3,120, that's the amount. And I'm putting in my entire deposit right now, guys. Let's analyze this together, step by step. Now, since I'm taking a risk, I'm going to, well, I just don't want to drag this out for too long, you know? You really need to understand that with this kind of trading, it's naturally much harder to trade. It's better, I always recommend, to allocate your deposit properly. For example, when I trade with my subscribers, we split the deposit into 6 parts. I recommend that to trade properly in the long term, you shouldn't risk more than 1% of your total deposit at a time. Right now, I'm just testing whether it's even possible to grow a deposit this way. And that's considering I've been in trading for about 10 years, maybe even a bit more. So I just want to see if I can actually pull it off or not. But the only thing that really genuinely surprises me so far, and I mean this quite honestly, is that on Pocket, my trades are consistently closing at exactly the same level without any noticeable difference at all. That really surprises me, and I find it quite unexpected. All right, so now it's trying to bounce back, attempting to recover, and it's also trying to break through the resistance level. Let's see what happens next as the market continues to move and develop. Let's open a position for an increase. I opened with all the money for 1 minute. 50 seconds left, but here the probability of a rebound was really high, of course. Obviously, it might try to consolidate here and it could start to grow again. That's exactly what we're going to watch for now. Let's watch. We need at least 1 candle to hold its position. Well, okay, let's wait for now. Let's not do anything in advance. 50, 58. I can't place anything for now because there's no money left in the account. Of course, it's clear that it's just $50. Why did I choose that amount? Because a lot of people show how they multiply their money starting with as little as $1. So I took 50 bucks now to demonstrate because I think almost everyone has $50. All right, this trade is in profit. Now I take $58.03, $58.03. And again, we wait for the position, here's the level. We open a position to go up for the nearest time, $58.03. Look, when this trade eventually closes in profit, and I sincerely hope that it does, because right now we're actually entering at a very good moment. That will immediately give us $107, meaning we will have doubled our deposit. Just think about that for a moment. So let's wait now. I think we'll get an excellent result here. And once again, you know this. This just proves that when you already have some experience, when you have a developed system, obviously we're not even entering at some super great moments right now, I mean really good moments. Like when the indicator itself clearly signals a reversal, for example, we're not even entering at those times. But overall, the situation right now is really pleasing us. We're starting to see some growth. That's it, 2-1. We've got a win. We've got a win. 107 bucks, guys. $107. Not bad already. Look, a sharp rebound. Let's wait. We're opening a position to go down. $107. I opened a position downwards. So at the moment when we get a sharp impulse, the impulse can go either up or down. As soon as we see an impulse, we immediately open in the opposite direction, that is against it. Why do we do this? Because when we get a sharp impulse, the price usually averages out afterward. So we saw a sharp rebound, and then with a very high probability, we'll see the price hovering somewhere in the middle, so to speak. Please pay attention to this. It's a really important trading tactic. And thanks to it, you can really earn very, very well. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Let's wait, okay. I was already getting ready to celebrate that this position would work out for me. And 2, 1. That's a win. That's a win. $199, guys. So that's 199 bucks. All right, let's see. Near the support level. For now, if it holds here, this level now becomes a resistance level for it. There is volume here. And here we had a channel, it was moving along. So let's wait. We open a position down. So again, we saw a spike, right? Immediately opened a short position. Let me explain again why. We can already see that our chart is constantly staying within this channel. Here is its lower boundary, and here is its upper boundary where it has a lot of touches. So accordingly, it keeps moving within this channel, making touches, and with a very high probability. Even considering that it broke out once, twice, maybe 3 or 4 times, there's still a very high probability. It will keep returning to this channel again and again, and that's also very important to understand. That's why I think we're going to get an excellent result here now. All right, 15 seconds. The last candle remains. You see, when we open positions, for example, everything is set for a minute with 15-second candles. They're convenient because you can analyze things as quickly as possible. Within 1 minute, you see as many as 4 candles. It works perfectly. So $371. Damn, it's already going to be $690. So what do we see here? Let's set it for a minute, all right, just to compare. The situation is more or less similar. All right, I'm afraid that here it's going to enter a consolidation and will stay more or less at the same level. Let's take a look, of course. All right, guys, I'm opening a position for a drop right now. Yes, it's happening again. I waited for the moment when basically I thought it was about to start falling here. We had a sideways trend here, but I saw that on the contrary, there was actually a rebound, as you can see for yourselves. Again, it couldn't break through, so here we can clearly see that there's no breakout of the upper level, which already signals to us that it's going to come back down. And just look at how well we were able to enter the trade. I'm more than confident that this position will be a total success for us. It will close in profit and we'll already have $690. To be honest, maybe I look calm right now, but my palms are actually sweating from nerves. So in any case, of course, I think I won't take too much risk. Forgive me, but I've seen some bloggers, traders, and so on show that they almost reach tens of thousands of dollars. But I'll probably open one more position. I'll close it in profit. And after that, I'll definitely take a break to recover because it'll already be psychologically difficult for me. Placing $1,283 on a single trade when we started trading with just $50. I think we've achieved a very good result. Look, once again, there was a sharp rebound. We see the volumes, and again, we see that it's still within this channel. I'm opening a position for an increase. This is exactly what I was talking about, that it keeps returning to the channel. Obviously, at some point, it will break out of the channel. Wherever it breaks out, that's the direction it will go next. So essentially, the breakout here will most likely be upward, judging by the fact that globally, the trend has only been going up, so the breakout will be upward. And after that, since we had a pretty strong decline here, we'll see an upward breakout, and then the trend will reverse and start moving only higher. Well, damn, honestly, those first positions we opened together really upset me. I thought I wouldn't make it. But I believe you have to show every moment. Even when things don't work out, you need to show that too, because people need to understand. A lot of people only show the good stuff. Yes, really, since right now I'm trading in a super risky way. But let me point out that I started trading with just $50 and I do have some experience. So naturally, if you really want to learn, if you want to trade less riskily, yes, you won't make as much as I just did. But you really can turn trading into a systematic and disciplined source of income. And I think that's actually the most important thing. So if you want, as I already mentioned, to get access to the indicator, if you want to make trading a passive source of income, so to speak, or even if you want to make this your main field of activity, then go ahead and join my Telegram channel, as well as check out all the useful links. Also, just like the website where I trade, all the useful links will be found below the video. So guys, I'm opening a short position now and I'll explain why we did this. Right now, I opened strictly according to my indicator. It showed us that this was the place to enter. I decided to wait a little, yes, because potentially, since we already had a peak here, well, it's the highest level compared to what we had at 1730 about 26 minutes ago, so it was necessary to wait a bit. I expected that either a reversal would start here, or precisely from the level where our indicator signaled that we should open the next position for a decline. Let's wait a bit. It's kind of nerve-wracking. Of course, it's really scary. I would even say so, because still, naturally, it's $1,283. I really don't want to lose it, forgive me, but it's pretty tense. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it, guys. Congratulate me. $2,386. How do you like that? From $50, which we started trading with, to $2,386, and strictly following the indicator. Moreover, I want to point out how well the indicator worked here. After you see in the indicator that, for example, some position to open appears, like right now, for instance, another one has formed, but I won't open it anymore. Honestly, it's scary. My heart is pounding. After the signal comes up that you need to open a position, it's best to open it for the shortest possible time, like 1 or 2 minutes. That will be more than enough. Because later on, as I expected, we will have an upward trend, but in moments like these, when it reaches the resistance level and so on, there's always a correction. Notice how it worked out here. I think that's also very, very good. So thank you all. Be sure to leave comments, and after you use the indicator, please share your feedback as well. I'd love to hear from you. I'm always working on it. We spent several months developing it, and we're always trying to improve it based specifically on your suggestions. Thank you all very much. See you on the road, and goodbye to everyone.